Hey y'all, Rick Sky here, and I wanted to post a follow-up video after the first day in the field with the Parrot ANAFI. Now, things started off kind of rough, and actually it turned out that the root cause of my problems was the cable. You can see I've got a long iOS cable here. The short iOS cable that I had happened to be defective, and it wouldn't communicate. So what would happen, I could use controller without the iPhone's FPV view, or I could use the iPhone with its view, but I was using the in-app or in iPhone, using the screen as a joystick. And that wasn't optimal. But by replacing the cable, I corrected the problem. Now, one of the things I like best about the ANAFI is the controller. Very nice controller. I like the way the phone mounts. One area for improvement, I would make this piece right here a little bit taller, and then that way people like myself that choose to put their iPhone, and this is the iPhone 7 Plus, but people that choose to put their iPhone in a very slender case could still use it in the very slender case without having to take it out. I hate having to take my iPhone out to mount it to a drone's controller. So that's an area for improvement. I felt the tactile feel of the controller was exceptional. I'll go as far as to say that this controller feels almost as good as the GoPro Karma's controller. And that's one thing that GoPro did really well with the Karma, was a controller that was just exceptionally brilliant in the operator's hands. Too bad the Karma failed. But the drone itself, the ANAFI drone, what I really like, I'm gonna power it off here. What I really like is the fact that the battery is USB-C rechargeable. You can see right there, there's a little USB-C. And what's super cool about that is that when you pop the battery off, if you have multiple batteries, the charging port is built into the battery. So in theory, if you have multiple USB-C cables, you could charge using standard USB-C cables multiple batteries at the same time. So you don't have to invest in the expensive aftermarket battery charging hubs, such as the DJI Mavic Air's charging hub, which will allow you to charge up to 4 batteries on the charger, but they don't charge simultaneously. So it'll charge one, and then it'll start charging the next one. In this scenario, someone should be able to charge multiple batteries simultaneously. So that's a huge advantage. And again, another huge advantage is the fact that it doesn't require proprietary charging cables. It just uses USB-C. So very good job there, Parrot. One thing I will tell you, looking at these propellers after the first flight, and again, I didn't abuse it in any way. These propellers are super thin, and they seem to be super flimsy. So, that's something that an operator will probably expect even with careful flying without bumping anything. I mean, even a large bug could potentially damage these propellers. So that's a pain point. With that being said, I don't notice any chips in these propellers. I notice some minor imperfections from the first flight, but I don't notice any chips. So that's that's interesting. The trade-off though, this drone is super quiet. So if noise is of concern, that'll be a win having these propellers instead of some of the propellers most all DJIs sound like a swarm of bees. This sounds like a very low volume. I can't explain it. I mean, it's super quiet. I was actually surprised at how much quieter this is than the other drones. With that being said, though, if you look at the motors seem to be very small, and then also where the propellers attach to the motors with these screws, I think DJI is probably winning there from a design perspective. It just seems to be better. The camera, again, at the time of filming this video, it's a 21 megapixel 4K HDR camera, but I haven't watched the actual video out of it yet. So watch the video from my drone, from my Parrot ANAFI, and tell me what you think about the quality. But I can tell you, another thing I like about this, I like the rubberized feet on the 4 landing gear. That's very nice. Something else is super cool is, see, this just folds in. Not that the Parrot, or the Mavic Air rather, is challenging to fold, but the first few times you do it, you may find yourself doing the front first or the back first. You know, it's And it's opposite whether you're taking it out or putting it up for the end of the day. You know, it's the opposite fold, so it's front or rear. One thing that I kind of dislike about this, and this is just a minor gripe, let me get the case here. One thing I really like is this case. I think they did an exceptional job, and it's just got a really nice feel to it, good build quality, and it's got these straps on the back. So if you wanted to lash it to a to a backpack or something. Now, I would not expect this to be ruggedized or waterproof, but that being said, to throw it in a backpack with other gear, it's semi-hard enough to where it would probably protect the Parrot. I don't like this, the little lens cap for the Parrot ANAFI. It's, number one, it's black, it'd be easy to lose. Also, because it's a black color, it would be easy to forget to take off the camera before flying. And I don't really know if it's really that necessary, because the way that this folds up, except for dust and stuff, your camera is pretty well protected by the arms of the drone itself. But out of best practice, I'm going to put it on there. So I've got the cap back on, but that'll be super easy to lose. I'm just already thinking, how quickly will I lose that tiny cap? So that would be an area for improvement. The build quality, again, it does not feel cheap, but if you've held a Mavic Air in your hands and you felt that exceptionally strong build quality, this is going to feel, from a tactile feel perspective and weight, it's going to feel like it may not be as well made. Just the overall fit and finish, I mean, you can see right here, you can see there's a gap right there. Looking over here, you can see there's a gap. I mean, the gaps are uniform, but again, a testament to DJI's longevity in the drone making game. But with that being said, I feel that this is a huge step forward for Parrot, because Parrot previously, they had Bebop. I mean, obviously a Bebop is a drone, it's an aircraft, it's not a toy, but for someone to fly it or experience the Bebop, it would seem a lot more toy-like than most any DJI drone. But this takes it to the next level. I mean, this is portable, it's small, it's lightweight. The USB recharging capability, again, is a huge win. This case, I mean, it's okay. It's nothing exceptional, but the fact that it comes with it, at this price point is pretty good. And I like how it's got the little cutout in there that the camera rests on when it's in the case. These propellers, though, they just make me nervous. And I hate to say that. Again, I'm one of the most cautious drone flyers you'll probably ever meet. And if you watch my old videos where I was flying the Phantoms way back in the day, I'd always use prop guards because I wanted to protect my propellers. But that's it right there. The ANAFI, I mean, super small, super lightweight. That's the ANAFI in its case. So, I mean, that's, to throw this in a backpack or a suitcase, super portable. And another thing that people may not have considered about the ANAFI, since you do have the USB recharging capability, if you've got a USB battery bank out in the field, you've got a USB port in your car, your boat, motorcycle, whatever, just an easy way to keep it topped off. So really, is it really necessary to have that many extra batteries for the ANAFI? Because with a Mavic Air, for example, I'm limited, I can use a car charger, but what if I'm away from that? What if I'm off the grid? I can't recharge it by way of USB. So I'm tasked with the problem of having to carry more extra batteries with me. But with this, in theory, I could take 1 or 2 batteries, top them off while I'm in the field, and not have to incur the expense for additional batteries or the hassle of having to lug around additional batteries. And something else that people may not consider, and again, check with your airline, but a lot of airlines now are getting very strict about how much lithium-ion batteries someone can carry on board. So being able to carry a minimal amount of batteries, because keep in mind, it's not just going to be your drone batteries. You're probably traveling with a laptop, you're probably traveling with cameras. So the lesser amount of lithium that you have to carry, the better. So that's another huge win for the Parrot. So I think they've got the formula for success. Is this perfect? I don't think it is. It's definitely not. But it is a major step forward for Parrot. It's a huge step forward. And I think this signals where Parrot may be heading with the next drone. And I'm not writing this drone off as I'm not impressed, because I am impressed, and I look forward to filming a lot more videos with it. But there are the areas of concern. So again, to recap, the propellers, I have a feeling those are going break somewhat quickly. And I also have a feeling it's not going to be an easy on, easy off like the propellers are for DJI Mavic Air, Mavic Pro, or Phantom. So that's going to be interesting if that happens. So the controller, again, very nice controller. I like the build quality of it. But again, I wish they had made this lip a little bit bigger so that I could put my iPhone 7 Plus or whatever iPhone I'm using in a slender case and not have to take it out to fit in here. Again, small gripes on a scale of 1 to 10. And you know, this is my scale, so it's not anything super duper technical. It's just, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10 on how impressed I am with the Parrot ANAFI. Well, first of all, I'll tell you on a scale of 1 to 10 how impressed I am with the competitor, the DJI Mavic Air. With it, it's my favorite drone in the market today, and I'll give the Mavic Air about an 8 out of 10. With the Parrot ANAFI, I'll give it about a 6 out of 10. But again, it could grow on me. And I'm basing that score of 6. What bumped it down a lot, the propellers, and also just the overall build quality of the drone. But you know, the fact that this has USB recharging capabilities, here's the thing. If DJI releases a drone that they say, hey, you know, we're going to step away from our in-house, you know, requirements to buy chargers from us. If they allow people to use a USB-C charger for the batteries on the next DJI drone, I think DJI drone is going to knock Parrot out of the park again. But I do like the Parrot app. I haven't explored it. Again, first battery, first day in the field, a lot more coming soon. But I did like the intuitive interface. I think the app, the FreeFlight 6 app, I'll go as far as to say cosmetically, it may look cleaner than the DJI Go app, and that's a huge win. So there's a lot of good things brewing with the Parrot ANAFI, but like most any other piece of technology, don't jump in and assume that everything is hunky-dory. You know, I've got hundreds of hours behind the virtual cockpit of DJI drones. This, I've only got, you know, with the troubleshooting, a lot of that was not airborne. I've only got one battery. I'm only one battery deep. And it wasn't even a fully charged battery. So keep that in mind and stay tuned. And again, check the link within this video's description because you can find where to order the Parrot ANAFI, the accessories, and a whole lot more. And you know, stay tuned to my channel, subscribe if you haven't already, youtube.com/irixguy, because I've got a ton of Parrot ANAFI videos coming soon. Let's see what this can do. I am impressed. It has not dethroned DJI, but I'm very impressed. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, irixguy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you.